what I can use and then come up with an idea from there. Hi, I'm Katy Heinlein. I went to undergraduate at Mary Hardin Baylor in Belton, Texas, and Texas Tech University for graduate school in Lubbock. And I've lived and worked in Houston for 8 years now. I was a gymnast for a really long time, and then I went into diving, and I was a diver. And I was really just into like individual sports. I guess just like the idea of like grace and expression and you know, even something like dance really appealed to me, but it's just such a limited thing. I mean, you can only do it until, you know, age 20, and then you're retired. And so I just started looking for something else. And I remember being in high school and going to museums and just being, I don't know, just sort of, I guess it almost felt like having sort of a religious experience. I know some people feel really intimidated by art, and I just didn't. I really wanted to be part of it, and I wanted to be able to do that. And so, I don't know, I guess from a pretty young age I was pretty interested in it. I remember coming actually to Austin to see the Blanton, and there was this Adolf Gottlieb painting that I absolutely adored, and you might be familiar with it even. And I remember just really loving that piece, and the bus ride home, there was this big argument going on about that piece, and I got teased the entire way back about liking that piece, but I just loved it. I guess I've always been a little bit of an art nerd. It was a national sculpture competition for sculptors age 35 and under, and it was, we could enter 3 pieces basically. At first I was actually a little bit shy about the whole thing, and now I'm just an arrogant jerk. But I was a little bit shy, and I kept saying to my boyfriend, like, gosh, sure would be nice to have $10,000 right now, and I kept joking about it, how, like, sure would be great to have $10,000, and then, I don't know, I got the notice that I was one of the finalists, and I was like, psh, yeah, whatever, like, and yeah, when I won, I really just about fainted. It's been nice just to have a little bit of extra cash to pay off the credit card, and, you know, I mean, can't really go too hog wild with that amount of money. And the great thing about Houston is there are lots of like big, nasty warehouses. In the past, there was a lot more studio space that was available that was close to like central Houston, and it's become a little bit more rare. Like, things are getting more expensive, and I used to live and work in a warehouse that was near a pretty trendy area now, and I just watched the townhomes come in and just kind of squelch us out. And I remember every time it would rain, the water from the townhomes, which were built much higher, would like flood my studio. I've just become really focused on a few materials, and I actually really like to work that way, where maybe I have only 3 materials that I can use. I like to kind of limit what I can use and then come up with an idea from there. Sort of just like a reductive way of thinking. So yeah, at this point I'm really concentrating on cloth and wood, and just what structure can provide for cloth and what cloth can provide for structure, and you know, just so I've just sort of honed it down to a few things. I really love cloth because it is something so pedestrian. It is something that, you know, we identify with, and it's so like available. I'm kind of leaving it up to chance a little bit what it ends up looking like. I mean, what's great about fabric is that depending on the structure, whatever is underneath, it really can just change dramatically. Like the same cloth, but like just a different configuration underneath. Like suddenly people are seeing sex and not mountains or, you know, clothing instead of mountains or whatever. So I definitely play around with the idea of I mean, I suggest things. I guess I'm basically trying to suggest things, but not like knock somebody over the head. I guess I don't want people to land on one thing, you know, when they look at my work. I want them to kind of be able to see multiple things. And so yeah, when I'm working, I'm not trying to suggest just one thing. I'm just suggesting.